the best guy for that team. You know, I can stop the run, play the pass, just everything in between. I can probably, you know, if they want, play a little bit of outside linebacker. If they need me to, you know, I just want to show that I can do that. I have the athleticism to do it, yeah.
What went into your decision to come out?
You know, after these last 3 years, you know, I just felt like I was ready. You know, obviously I'm gonna miss playing with those guys that's still there. And you know, the way things were turning out for us this season, you know, I just felt like it was time for me to come out.
I mean, are you glad you decided to stay in Miami? You know, stay close?
No, of course. I couldn't imagine a better defense to play for, a better head coach to play for. Coach Diaz as a defensive coordinator is amazing. His system it allows everyone to be able to make plays. Everyone, you just got to be willing to get it.
What is it about why coming around with guys from you? What is it?
Obviously, you know, we're not where we want to be at as a program today, but you know, you still see it every now and then. These guys, or on defense, or every now and then offense, you see that it can be great again. You know, like as a defensive unit, we weren't winning games, but as a defensive unit, we were just like a powerhouse. You know?
I mean, it's kind of like a family, like guys that have gone there.
Oh no, most definitely. You know, because you have the freedom to be who you are, do what you want. But when it's time to lock in, you know, when he demands perfection, although you're not going to be that, you know, you perform at a high level because he sets himself to a high standard. He sets all his coaches on the defensive staff to a high standard. So we have no choice but to perform at a high standard.
Joe, have you interviewed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
I have not.
Hey, Joe, what's it been like sort of playing with Gerald Williams?
Man, so I was able to play with him a few games my freshman year. And, you know, the stuff he was doing already at that point was unreal. But to have him this year and this past season, the stuff he would do, man, we almost got in fights sometimes because he would beat me to this tackle for loss. And, you know, but it's amazing because that's another guy who you have to compete against. You know, we love to compete against each other. We always like, oh, I'm gonna see you back there, but I'm gonna get it first, this and that. It's just something that makes it more fun. You know, because we're all obviously gonna eat on a D-line, but when you can challenge each other and really mean it, you know, you're not upset that he's getting this, and he's not upset that you're outplaying him. You're just all trying to get it together. You know, it makes it a challenge when you got another guy to compete against. You know, and we had that on the whole D-line.
I know you probably know his backstory and how the stuff he went through. How much did you consider this?
Pretty easy, I think.
So, you know, obviously, when I got there as a freshman, as a whole, I felt, you know, because, you know, Coach Richter were just getting there. So I can tell you from my point of view as a freshman, the team was undisciplined. But under his watch, on our defensive staff watch, you know, Joe Willis, including myself and a number of other guys, you know, they actually really helped turn us to, man, you know, mature and elevate our game to the next level. And him, I can tell you from first-hand experience, he had to go through a lot, like, to really get on board. But you can see what he's capable of when he's got his head on straight. And that dude is dangerous at any point.
You got any funny Gerald Willis stories?
Huh? Oh, no, that guy.
So seeing the program was undisciplined, what did you do yourself to help turn things around?
You know, I wasn't, you know, if I felt like I really had to, sometimes I would speak up, but I wasn't really one of the verbal leaders. I just led through action, you know. You know, like, so I would try to do everything on time, go hard in every practice, do every drill right. So, you know, I'm showing the younger guys and the older guys that's there, you know, that's how I try to lead. Now, every now and then I will say something, mostly to the younger guys. The older guys don't need that. They shouldn't need that. So, you know, you talk about undisciplined, I was still a freshman myself. You know, they would get offended. You know, your freshman trying to tell you to step up, you get offended. So it was just about it was about growing up. It was about stop being selfish. So older dudes started taking criticism from younger guys who were actually putting in the work, who were actually helping and contributing to the team.
Where did that come from? Where did that confidence come from? I feel like as a younger player, you say something to the older guys because you do the right way.
I mean, so the confidence is from, you know, you're busting your tail, you know you're doing everything right, and you know you're contributing to the team. Why wouldn't you have the right to say something to an older guy, no matter whether he's played more games than you, more starts? If you're working your behind off and you're contributing and you're doing everything by the book, why shouldn't you be able to say something to the older guys? Because sometimes an older guy needs to be reminded how he got to that point.
What's the biggest adversity that you have overcome to get to this point?
Just dealing with a lot of personal issues, you know, some things, even this past season, you know. Our first game, I had a loved one pass away right before the game. You know, there's a lot of things, but, you know, your teammates just do it all. You know, with the exception of your family, you got your teammates, the guys on the defense really help. You know, it's just a team is a unit. So we played really well together. Because obviously you're gonna fight, you're gonna argue, but we actually like each other. You know, that's why we play so great together.
How are you going to separate the personal stuff and still perform?
I wasn't. You know, you can turn on that film and say I played a pretty decent game, but I wasn't 100% focused. I wasn't 100% committed because I couldn't be. So I'd be lying to you if I said I played that game focused. It was impossible for me to.
Joe, have you had a chance to talk to Green Bay, or do you have anything set up with them?
Tonight probably at the train station again, but I don't think I've had a chance to meet with them. It's been a crazy weekend, should I say? But no, I hope I get a chance to.
What's the ring symbolize?
Oh, this is the ring? No, it's just something I got. You know, yeah. Thanks for asking. No problem.
What's your go-to pass rush movement when that's not working? What do you tend to use as a counter?
So this year I couldn't really do as much pass rush as I wanted, but my go-to move is, you know, my get off and my chop or my chop rip. My counter move off that is really the club or spin. Like I said, on different situations, you can't do that. You got to stay outside. So you stop the first move, and you stop the counter move. I'm just gonna keep coming at you until I get loose and hit the quarterback or whoever has the ball.
How special was that recruiting class that you came in with guys like Shaq and Michael and yourself?
Yeah.
What does it mean to you to be representative of your division?
Man, we had that class of 2016. I'll tell you right now, to this day, it's probably still the best class to come through right now. Like the class we had, even with some of the guys we lost, that just shows how much more great we would have been as a team if we kept those guys at UM. But with me, Shaq, Pinckney, Zach, you had Malik Young. Unfortunately, he was injured. Amon Richards. The people we had in that class, we were all dangerous. You know, we were all willing to come in and give everything we had to make that team great. We were all on the same page. Although we were young, we were hungry. Even to this day, it's the same thing. So the results of the program are going in a better direction.
Which interview with teams has stuck out to you so far?
I've had a lot of informal, and I've enjoyed all of them. You know, they've all challenged me in them with the questions or what they asked me to talk about the game plan. I used to be in the system. I've only had 2 formal with the Raiders and the Vikings, and I just enjoyed all my meetings. We talk football. You know, they get a little personal, but I don't mind getting personal. That's how I became the player I am today.
So you've had an informal with the Chiefs?
The Chiefs. God, I've had so many. I don't believe I have.
I feel like I can develop on all aspects of my game.
Joe, who's the best player you faced this year?
The best player I faced?
Jefferson is man.
I'm trying to think about every game I played.
You got to bring 2 just to block him. You can't give him one-on-one. He's a great pass rusher, a great run stopper. That's probably the best D tackle in the draft to me.
I mean, I haven't really played crazy opponents. The guy I went against a few times against Boston College, Chris Lindstrom, he's pretty damn good. So, but other than that, a couple plays, I feel like LSU left tackle at the moment. He was stopping me a few times, but I don't think I've played anybody better than Chris Lindstrom.
There's a bunch of you UM kids here. What do you think this draft is going to mean for guys like yourself, Jaquan, Sheldrick, maybe some others I'm forgetting?
Man, we're just happy to be here. You know, like obviously we're gonna miss playing with that brotherhood at the U, but like this is an opportunity that you'll never really get in another lifetime. It's just something we appreciate. It's an opportunity that you need. So we all felt we were ready. Well, they had to come, but you know, us younger guys, we felt we were ready, and we're just trying to continue that legacy at the U. You know, having guys who come into the NFL and produce right away, or guys who become and help teams become powerhouses. That's what we're trying to do.
This is one of the most loaded, most talented defensive line units the draft may have ever seen. What does it feel like to be one of those guys, and how do you go to separate yourself from the big?
I've always been pretty humble, but you know, I mean, I'm just fortunate I'm here. I'm glad I'm here. You know, I could have came out and not got an invitation, or I could have stayed another year and still not got an invitation. So the fact that I'm here, the fact that I had an invitation is a blessing in itself. But to be a part of this class you're talking about with D-line, you know, I'm just grateful. You know, my work ethic is crazy, and that's the only reason I'm here today. It's not because of my talent. Excuse me?
Have you met with the Patriots?
Informally, yes, I have.
Did you have them with the Giants?
Yes, sir.
Informal or formal?
Informal.
Who's the best player going back to Miami next year?
I don't really pay attention to the blogs.
I can only speak defensive. Although we do have great offensive players, such as Jeff Thomas, DJ Dallas, but on that defensive side, you got a lot of guys. You know, you got safety Romeo Finley, Amari Carter, you got Gervin, you still have Shaquille, you still have Zach, you still have Pinckney. So that itself, those might be the 3 best guys on the defense themselves. And in that group with them is Jonathan Garvin. That's number 97. He's a DN.
Joe, have you met with the Dolphins? How did that meeting go if you did?
I don't believe I've had a meeting with the Dolphins yet.
Yes, ma'am. I was playing.
Who's the leader of that defense here?
Oh, it's gonna be that core, that linebacker core, with the help of additional people. You know, I'm just stating the main guys that I know are gonna be on top of everything. You know, if someone acts out or whenever something needs to be addressed, Shaq, Pinckney, Zach, you know, they're gonna be on top of it. Well, and you also have Pat Bethel as well.
What about this past year? Who was the one guy that whole unit kind of looked to?
There was really no one guy. You know, I consider myself leader, but I just wasn't really verbal. So the guys that were really verbal, those are the guys that, you know, we would like look to. You know, some people needed it, some people don't, but it's still good to come as a defense and talk. Like, you know, you got to make adjustments at halftime when somebody you feel needs that talk. You got Jaquan, you got Sheldon, you got Shaquille, obviously, you got Michael Pinckney. Those are guys that are going to say what they feel at times. You know, I more lead by action, you know what I mean? I'm that type of guy.
What's the best piece of advice you've given over your playing career?
Most definitely.
The best piece of advice.
Obviously, Bradley Chubb, he's all pro rookie team.
No, go get yours, man. Get what you deserve. I mean, you do so much. You spend so many years in college giving them everything you got, making that program better. You get what's yours, man. And I feel like it's my time to get mine.
If you weren't playing ball, what would you be doing or what?
If I wasn't playing ball, don't know where I'd be. You know what I mean? That was the easiest way to get into college and to get education. So without that, and not to say, you know, obviously I feel like I'm a very intelligent person, but for the first 2 years I had in high school, no college would have picked me up. Although I finished very strongly, it would have been harder to succeed on not relying on football. But I don't know what I'd be doing. It'd probably be something not as good as this, not as fun as this.